Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails in the Sky, the third part. I think it's 18. In the last video we completed chapter 2 because we're just blasting through this game. We fought the boss in the sealed area. It was some type of devil creature from what I remember. It's a new day, new recording session. I did set up Kloe's ornaments and equipment like I said I would right before starting to record, and I think we may have made the most powerful character of all time. I think Kloe is actually unstoppable. So we gave her a cast 2, we gave her Joshua's action 2, then gave her Crimson Eye, but then also gave her Glam Choker, which gives 600 arts defense, which is just an absolutely insane number, as well as plus 5 speed, which is then it offsets the minus speed from this, and is multiplied by the action, so she has 57 base speed, which is higher than Joshua's, on top of having the best heals we really have available to us, and she's got aerial for some AoE magic damage. Now we could get rid of action 2 for freeze, which would let us get blue ascension and diamond dust, but we also lose like 9 speed. So we'll have to see how fast she's acting. I think if we can just get a mind 3 or an HP 3, then we can actually just get rid of, then we'll get them naturally, because we're only 1 water point away from what we need to unlock diamond dust. But yeah, I think this is Kloe. I think she's going to dumpster kids. We'll have to see if that works out in combat or not. We should also upgrade her slots. At least her cheap ones. Like, yeah, we'll do that, just to give her a little extra mana to work with. What does that bring her up to? That gives her like 60 extra? Something like that? I don't know, I can't do math. So before we head to our new area, let's go get CP on everybody by going to the rejuvenating waters. We should also... How do I... Okay, we still have you as a support. What does she do again? You give defense, art defense, minus arts. I don't know. Honestly, I think Josette's maybe better. 5% speed is not half bad, though. And I don't really care about our Agi stat. But, granted, you know, I think we will equip Josette as our support. Simply because, for these normal fights, we don't really need the extra, oh, the gang's all here. We don't really need the extra, what you call it? Okay, never mind. Can't do the waters. But what are y'all up to? Considering we're always traveling using warps in the cube, it's hard to be sure, but it does feel like every time we arrive at a new plane, we're moving farther and farther downward. Makes you wonder what's at the bottom of Phantasma. The devil? Like the super devil? Super mega ultra devil? Maybe it's just me, but it's kind of sort of maybe a bad idea to lock the next Queen of Libel in one of those sealing stones, right? And Lord of Phantasma should get the death penalty when we catch him. People don't die in the Trails universe, okay? Unless you're low A. The only people who are allowed to die are people who, like, died before the game started. Still, there seems to be every chance that plenty of others have been captured in the same way. We should hurry on and aid them. Well, I guess also, what's his name? The bad guy from the last game, he got yeeted. Kevin fucking totally executed his ass. It's clear the Lord of Phantasma is not a foe to be underestimated. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough information to try and work out who they really are. If only I had more clues to go on. Yeah? I don't really know. The actual plot of this game is hella weird. But I don't really have too many good theories as of yet on what the hell is going on. But that's not where I wanted to go. Also, I gave Kloe, what's-her-name's weapon, because they both use rapiers, so they can, we just stole what's-her-name. So, Kloe is actually good at physical attacks and magic. She's unstoppable. And there's no, like, new weapons, right? Aside from that? Yeah, this is all old. I still cannot believe this gives 600 art defense. She has 1,000. The next, she's got 13. What? Oh yeah, because this also gives 400. I almost feel like I shouldn't even use these, they're so strong. But, granted, it is the only way we can do damage, so... Because, I mean, against that boss, like, no one but Riaz was doing damage. And that was just because she had that equipped. Well, this should take us to the third plane. Funny how this warp ended up being the exact spot the device to seal the Oriel was in the real world. Device? Are you referring to the first barrier mentioned in that report? Yeah, the one designed to temporarily freeze it in another dimensional space. Although, unfortunately for the guys who pulled it off, it looks like even that wasn't enough to stop the Gospels from being able to influence it. I see. We still don't know what happened to the Oriel either. There seems to be many who think the Liver arc collapsing means the Oriel itself is no more too, which is possible, I suppose. All we really know is that judging by how shaken Wiseman was, something unexpected happened. Beyond that, nothing. Wiseman, that's his name. Yeah, he got fucking executed. Kevin was a cold dude. I fear Professor Wiseman may be the only one who knows the truth about exactly what happened. Although I don't have the faintest idea where he could be now or what he's doing there. Well, I mean, we have reason to believe the Oriel was sentient, based on the, like, the logs left by Kloe's ancestor. It basically implied that the Oriel was, like, acting on its own at times. So, I mean, him trying to fuse with it, basically, it just kind of implied that the Oriel overpowered him. But that report said quite clearly, no one in the church is sure what happened to him either. It's still being looked into. Still, I think it's fairly safe to say that Wiseman isn't involved in what's happening here right here. Yeah, because you turned him to salt, dude. If he were, I'm sure he'd be openly reveling reveling every second of this. You know what kind of guy he is. That's true. He doesn't really have anything to gain by wearing a mask like that, I suppose. He got way too many unanswered questions at this point. All we can do is keep looking for answers. The less we know, the more we have to be on guard, though, so we'd best be careful. Right, Riaz? I suppose so. Well, to the new area! Just saying, by the way, we've completed the prologue and two chapters in less time than it took to complete chapter 1 of Trails 2. Because we were just now fighting Blue Blanc in Trails 2. And we were like just now starting chapter 2 in Trails 1, I believe. Yeah, it does kind of look like the Jade Corridor. Kevin, over there. Ah, it's the gold and silver roads. So how does this work exactly? A golden and silver gate? Well, this is foreboding. Cube gonna tell us what to do? Oh. The ghost we saw in Gransel. So, you know, I wonder if this is like a ghost of one of Kloe's ancestors. Since we know that they were involved in the Oriel project pretty heavily. Or at least that one lady was. And I mean, that would explain why we saw them in the Queen's room. And I mean, there's kind of a resemblance there. Bearers of the Grail Emblem. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can. Before you stands the entrances to twin corridors. Oh yeah, we were supposed to do one of the gates, by the way. We should go do that, actually. Proceed through them both in sync, or never shall you reach the dark depths beyond. Proceed through them in sync? Yo, do you think we have to have like 2 parties? Because we have enough party members for 2 separate 4-man parties at this point. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. Now that would actually be cool if it makes us use all of our party members, like the kind of like the final dungeon in Final Fantasy VI, where you had to like split up into like 3 different parties. Once you have stepped through the doors, the trial must be completed. Oh. Well, that's one question answered. That voice we've been hearing all this time was hers. Although, now the next question is, who is she anyway? Whoever she is, she gave us some valuable advice on how to proceed. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. And I say we take her up on that advice. Moving in sync means we're going to have to split up, though. Or more like Riaz and I have to each take a door at the same time, while you guys tag along with whoever. That's how I took it, too. If we don't do it the way she said, I doubt we'll be able to advance. They sure aren't making it easier for us, huh? So we're going to need to split up us two so that you guys don't go in alone. It's still not the most ideal situation when there are only 4 of us and things are so dangerous, but that's what we have to do. We got 4 more characters. Yeah, why not ask the rest back in the garden to help us? That way we could form 2 groups of 4, and then we should hopefully be good enough for any challenges up ahead. Dude, this is so cool. But that voice said that Kevin and I needs to be the ones who step through the gates. Sure, but that's all she specified, that you and me needed to go through different ones. Oh, okay. So we'd have to have one party led by Kevin, one led by Riaz? Ooh, how would we split up? Because, I mean, because Kloe's our super character right now. So we'd probably want our weakest characters paired up with Kloe, since I think she can offset some of the other characters' garbageness. Granted, I really would like to use Kloe in a few fights before I decide if she's good or not. So what should we do? Should we call everyone here right away? Even if we did, I wouldn't blame them if they wanted some time to prep before heading out. Especially since I've got a hunch that once you go in those gates, there's no going back out. So instead of calling them here, let's go back up to them. Then we'll all come here once we fill up to the challenge. The third plane. The dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties with Kevin and Riaz as their leaders in order to advance. Each one of the characters you have at this point will need to be placed in one of these parties. Furthermore, after beginning the dungeon, you won't be able to return to the garden until it's complete. To begin exploring, inspect the monument at the start of the plane and choose Explore Third Plane. Okay, this is cool. This is actually really cool. No, let's not accidentally click that. That would be bad. Do you sell new weapons? Do you sell new quartz, actually? Come on, give me one. Oh, it's over. It's over. She's so strong. She can't be stopped. Oh, she's so powerful. So we can pair her up with all the garbage characters. Like, we'll probably do, like, maybe Kevin, Joshua, Muller, Julia in one party. And then Kloe, Riaz, Tita, and Josette. God, we're gonna have to use Josette. I do like that it's actually letting you, giving you the opportunity to use more characters. Because that was one of the things I was a little, like, not really worried about. But, like, there's so many characters that I would like to use. But at the same time, you know, I want to use the ones that are best. So, being able to kind of actually get to use some of the other ones is cool. But first, let's go back and do that door. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Because, like, one of the things I was a little, because, like, I want to use Joshua, right? Because he's good, and he's, like, you know, a main character. So he's just a little bit more interesting than, say, someone like Muller, Josette, or Julia. Just because you're more attached to him at this point. Same with, like, Estelle. So it's like I would want to use both of them, because they're, like, the characters... Well, I like Oliver a lot. But, like, they're 2 really interesting characters, and you've got this attachment to them, with them being the main characters of the past 2 games. Or Estelle really being the main character of the past 2 games. So it's like you want to use them, but at the same time it feels a little lame just to use them. So, I mean, granted, we don't have access to Estelle yet, but I do like that it's kind of forcing you to actually use the entire roster. Now, the only potential complaint I would have is that getting everyone with good orbments is going to be a pain in the ass. Because, I mean, it's kind of hard to equip 4 characters with orbments, much less 8. And we're going to need to get them all good equipment. That's really the only potential problem I could have right now. Libra News Special Edition. The Flying City falls. Libra is safe once more. Glory to the young bracers who saved us all from crisis. Enigmatic object gone in a flash. I can read, I promise. The mysterious structure that once appeared last month over Valeria Lake disappeared as suddenly as it came, collapsing loudly into a giant mountain of rubble into the lake. Many of our readers have witnessed the moment for themselves, but it seems that it was visible not only from Libel, but from the southern edge of the empire and from Calvert as well. Was it really that big? I don't know if it was that big. Because I mean, you couldn't. It was pretty tiny when you saw it in a Roland. I mean, I guess Roland is kind of like right on the border, so maybe you could see it. I guess if you, especially maybe if you had like a telescope or something, I doubt you could have seen it with the naked eye. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't that big. Well, let's go. Wait, can I go back? Okay, I don't know if I can go back or not. So, weapon belonging to the Royal Army, but this turn of events seems to conclusively rule out that possibility. The collapse of the Liber Arc also caused a 2-arc high tsunami around the edges of the lake, but so far there have been no reports of serious injuries, fatalities, or missing persons as a result of this. That's probably because about 100 people live in the entire country, so. The worst that seems to have been reported is a number of unfortunate fishermen who were unable to escape in time, getting covered in water. According to an investigation by the Royal Guard and Bracer Guild, it was a flying city from ancient Sumerian times. How exactly it came to be above Valeria Lake to begin with, or what caused it to collapse, remains to be confirmed. But it seems to be without a doubt that the international crime syndicate known as the Society was somehow involved. While this is yet to have been officially confirmed, the report suggests that an investigation team in the city encountered a group of Crimson soldiers there supporting the above theory. This place is just one mystery after another, but we can't let those guys get away with any more than they already have, said a member of the team. Furthermore, Zeiss Central Factory and the Royal Army are planning to continue investigating the Liber Arc, and to this end will be launching a combined salvage operation. Around the time of the Liber Arc's collapse, the orbital shutdown phenomenon that tormented the whole country finally ceased. As a result, many now believe that the city caused the phenomenon, but no conclusive proof of this has been established, and we can only await further research into the issue. Well, I mean, do you really need to research it? It was, oh man, our orbits are working, and then suddenly a big city appears and they're not working anymore. I mean, maybe it's a bit of a simplistic cause effect, but I feel like you don't really need to set up a research team to figure out what the hell happened. The orbital shutdown phenomenon and the chaos that was created as a result have been a sobering reminder of just how dependent all of us are on orbits in our daily lives. Perhaps something similar may never happen again, but this is a good opportunity to reflect on just how much we owe to orbits and perhaps to try and reduce our reliance on them. Nah. As previously reported, Her High Princess Claudia is now this nation's crown princess. As a result, you'll be referring to her in such all publications moving forward. Crown Princess Claudia wasted no time after assuming her position and meeting with Prince Olivert of the Erebonian Empire, and together they reconfirmed our two nations' relationship with one another. After the discussions, they both boarded the Aerosol together. It's widely expected that this meeting will contribute to ensuring peaceful relations with Erebonia in the future. In addition, the pair plan to both be in attendance at the upcoming banquet to be held at Gransel Castle. We will bring you all the latest on that in due time. As you know, our homeland of Liberal has fallen victim to a vast number of calamities over the past year. There was the coup d'etat, the bizarre changes at the Tetrasilic Towers coming under the assault of an ancient dragon, our capital being attacked, and finally the Liberal Arc's appearance as we discussed in this very issue. What you may not know, however, is that there is a group of young men and women who are involved in the resolution of all of these crises. Their steel-like will and undealing determination leading them to their conclusions. If not for them, these crises may have not been resolved or taken a turn for the worse. I would like to take this opportunity to thank them for all they have done for us. Thank you. You're truly this nation's great hope. Instead of hope, can we get a big fat cash payment? Maybe a villa? Some type of actual reward other than like, good job, guys. Whew. That was rough on the voice. But you know, it's early in the day. We can handle it. It's first video. And I don't have to record for that long today. Or I don't have that long to record. It's not like I ever have to record. My backlog is huge that I could basically not do videos for like 2 months. And I'd be good. What's taking you so long, Dorothy? Get a move on or I'm gonna leave you behind. Wait for me. No time for waiting. If we take much longer, the banquet's gonna start without us. Talking about a big celebration held by the Queen here. Being late isn't an option. Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to say. So in the issue, it like referred to Oliver like pretty casually. So like, I guess, cause like Oliver being a prince, right, was like a big reveal that like you weren't supposed to know. But like, if Oliver's existence was kind of like common knowledge enough for them to just casually refer to him in the newspaper, like how in the hell did Kloe not recognize him? Like, I just feel like they should have been in some way familiar with the princes of the Erebonian Empire. But I'm so hungry. I mean, I feel like someone should have known that, like, hey, he looks just like and has almost the exact same name as one of the princes of the Empire, the most important, like, geopolitical threat to Liberal. I have a horrible feeling I know what's going on here. You skipped lunch so you could eat more at the banquet, didn't you? I didn't even eat breakfast. I haven't eaten a thing since yesterday. Going 30 hours without eating is making me feel all kinds of lightheaded. What the hell were you thinking? I can't move. Carry me. Hell no. Come on, we're going. There's no way we can miss an occasion like this. There's going to be Adios knows how many famous people there. First on the agenda is snapping a photo of Her Majesty and the Crown Princess, and then... I mean, you know, the not eating strat to eat big later just means you eat like 4 bites, and then you're like, I never want to eat again. Oh my god, I'm so full. So I don't know if her strat was really the best idea. This actually isn't so bad. At one point, this very capital was placed in grave danger. Oh man, the gang's all here. But thanks to the efforts of everyone and many others. Oh, it's the Kapua Bandits. You got Kurt's trash-ass team. Oh, those Zen and Agate and Shara over there. This humble banquet is intended to be an occasion to celebrate the fact, as well as to honor all those who contributed to making it a reality. If you would, Claudia? Of course. All those invited to today's party contributed in one way or another to protecting the peace of Liberal by ending the peril we were faced with. Whether it was extending a helping hand to those in need or working to fight off threats that instilled fear in the hearts of our people. As this country's future monarch, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you all very much. Holding this party is nothing compared to all that you have done, but we just made it. Oh, we're finally here. Food! Food! Someone give me food! The hell are you doing? Edie can wait. We got pictures to take. The Crown Prince's speech might be finishing soon. Okay. Man, they really crashed the party there. Well, I do hope you all enjoy your time here all the same. I'm sure you're all busy men and women burdened by a great many responsibilities and concerns, but today I would ask that you all cast those aside in order to rest, relax, and enjoy yourselves. The food on offer here is some of the finest and livable, so by all means partake until you can no more. And may the goddess bless this nation. Oh, it's party time. Okay, there's Estelle and Joshua. I was wondering. I mean, there's freaking dude back there. What's his name? The bad guy from the first game. Oh, what is his name? I can't remember, but it's him back there. Kloe really is something else, huh? I'm not sure I could dress super nice, get up in front of a crowd like this, and make a big speech the way she just did. Yeah, she is. She said she wasn't feeling confident about how she'd do as a crown princess before, but from where I'm standing, she's doing just fine. Seeing her is making me kind of jealous, though. I wish I could pull off fancy dresses the way she does. You got something to say, mister? Nothing. You're just not all that girly most of the time, so it always takes you by surprise when you suddenly are. What do you mean I'm not girly? Sure, lately we've been busy with helping getting Liberal back into shape, so I haven't even had time to go back home. That doesn't mean I don't want to wear a pretty dress or something every once in a while, you know? I know. Still, it really is surprising just how much you've grown even in these past few weeks. I have? Well, it's been pretty tough running up and down the country so much, but you've kept it up with ease, and your judgments as a bracer are getting more spot on with every decision you make. Fancy dress or not, I think you're a pretty wonderful person, Estelle. I don't know why, but it's weird hearing you pile on the compliments so much. But what can I say? I'm glad these things have finally calmed down a bit to work on the work front these past few days. The capital might not be entirely the way it was, but it's getting there. I think we can finally afford to take a breather. Yeah. Oh, look. What do we learn? Oh, there's Kevin. And, Annalise. Oh, man. Really, the gang is all here. Dude, those wine bottles are huge. They're like 6 feet tall. The chefs at the castle supposedly made the entire spread, too. There's no way I'm missing out on this. I didn't get to enjoy the food back in the birthday festivities, so now's my time to pick out big time. Yeah, because someone had to run away and be all emo for, like, half of a game. Stay right here, okay, Joshua? I'm gonna go scope out the goods. Oh, there's Tita. She might have grown up in some areas, but she's still got a ways to go in others. Hey, look, how you doing, Joshua? Estelle's not here with you? She went on to get food a second ago, actually. Are you two here for more work than fun? Bingo, there aren't many occasions where this many famous faces are gathered in one place. There was no way we could pass up on the chance to come and score some interviews. Don't think you're getting out of here without answering some questions either. We'll get to you two later. So no going home until you've spoken to us, alright? Alright. Next up is the Crown Princess. Hop to it, Dorothy. I can't go on. I need something to eat. Let's not talk about food. I'm kind of hungry in real life, so let me have something to eat. Not until we're done. Questions asked, photos to take. Why are you so mean? He's even more fired up today than usual. I wonder how Estelle's doing. Oh, they're fighting. So much for scoping out the food. I suppose this is as good a chance as any. I owe a lot to the people here on a personal level too. Maybe I should go around and thank them while I have the chance. Oh, we do get to explore. What's your name again, dude? Richard, that's it. Oh, and Chickadee's back here too. You're able to make it, huh, Richard? Thanks to Brigadier General Bright's generosity, yes. I received an official pardon from Her Majesty for my actions. Probably for foiling the Society's attack on Gransel, right? That's good news. I'm happy for you. I wish I could say the same, but I don't feel as though I deserve to be pardoned at all. Now that the nation is at peace, I feel this is the time I should be facing up to my crimes, not having them swept under the rug. I can't say I don't understand, but still. Please, Joshua, you don't need to look so concerned. I have no intention of refusing Her Majesty's kindness or going against her will. I merely feel a strong desire to settle things with myself, and I fully intend on following through. That is all. Alright then. Wasn't expecting to find you here. Still, thank you very much for your support during the attack on Gransel. It really did help us all. Oh please, I only did what I did because it was one of His Excellency's bail conditions. Make no mistake, I wouldn't have helped any of you worthless drecks otherwise. You wouldn't think it would be so hard to accept a thank you. Whew, sure are a lot of guests today. By all means, help yourself to any of the food here. It'll taste much better while it's still hot. So this is cool. This is like the epilogue that I kind of expected to be in the end of Trails 2. But there wasn't. You heard right. It'll be carried out in conjunction with the Royal Army. That's not to say it'll be easy, of course. Valeria Lake's fairly deep, so we can't start. I feel bad blocking this maid lady. So we're intending to work on making a map of the lake's bottom using sonar first, which is going to take quite some time as it is. Okay, you can do your job now. Oh, I thought we were going to block her again. So, when are you coming? Hold on, I haven't even... Oh, Joshua. Hey man, making the rounds? Something like that, yeah? Anything interesting going on with you? Sort of. Agat said he was going to come over for dinner in Zeiss a while back, so I was just asking him when he's free. Oh, that's right, so he did. When we were getting off the aerosol, right? I mean, I didn't really mean it, though. It was just one of those things you say in passing, but don't give much thought to. I ain't exactly swimming in free time, you know. Being a bracer's busy work. I'd like to go, sure, but I got no idea if I'll actually have time for it. But I've been looking forward to you coming ever since... Okay, let me think. Maybe the end of the month? That should be okay. I think that Friday's free. Think. Really? Is that a promise? Yeah, I guess. Anything over here? Any hidden characters? Nope. Oh, it's the headmaster and mayor lady. You needn't worry about us. The academy suffered no major damage as a result of what happened. It was certainly a shock to the students, but they're all back to their usual cheery selves now. It's a pleasure to see you again, Joshua. You too, Lila. Have you been well? I have, thank you. Although I wish I could say the same for the mayor. She collapsed from overworking herself the other day. And as such, I had no choice but to force her to take some time off. That bad? I'm afraid so. She was finally able to rest and recover enough thanks to my satisfaction. Thankfully, so she's returned to her duties. I assure you, she's in good hands. So, I heard the academy was actually occupied by armed assailants at one point. I was ever so worried when I first heard the news. Yeah, but you know, Metal Gear Joshua was there to scope out the place. This is some party, isn't it? I don't think you'll find a banquet with normal guest lists quite like this anywhere. I used to be a businessman, so I've heard my fair share of occasions like this, or I've been to my fair share. I have no clue how I got heard out of been. But I've never been to this many, with this many famous people in attendance. Who are you? Are you the mayor of Rouen now? Oh, Joshua, it's been quite some time since I last saw you. It has. I didn't know you were here, Mayor Claus. It hadn't been that long. The mayors of each of Larval's city and towns are invited, I believe. I'm not sure why I was when I didn't do all that much to contribute or anything, but I decided to attend nonetheless. That's not true at all. I hear the food supplies that were delivered to Bose and Granzel were done so in your orders. I was particularly well received here, and we all know how dire things were at the time. You got as much right to be here as... God dang, dude. You've got as much right to be here being thanked for your efforts as anyone else. It was? Well, it's certainly a relief to hear. Thank you so much for letting me know, Joshua. Yeah, this episode's gonna kill my voice. Honestly, we're already at 30 minutes. Maybe we should stop and take a break. We'll talk to this block of people, and then we'll pause things. And wrap this up in the next video. Oh, it's finally... Joshua, the #1 impediment to maids getting to do their job. Or waitresses, whatever you want to call these people. It just goes to show that if we endure, the goddess will eventually extend her hand of salvation to us all. That's reassuring to know. Poor Mr. Murdoch. Do you need something to drink? We have plenty available, alcoholic or otherwise. What's up, Sid? Greetings. I'd like to take this chance to thank you again for all your team did to thwart Ouroboros' scheme and return peace to Liberal. The debt of gratitude we owe is beyond measure. Please, you're exaggerating, sir. We might have been the ones who entered the Liberal Arc, but we wouldn't have had a chance on success if we were on our own. It was only because of you, Richard, Kurt, and the others fighting on the ground that we were all able to succeed. We can certainly say the same of you, though, although it is true that none of us could have brought about peace alone. Still, I've been wanting the chance to thank you personally for all you did. The faith we had in you to see your work through to the end was what we needed to fight. Yeah, I'm getting shook. All this dialogue, I'm getting extra tongue-tied. Oh, that's who you are. I was like, who is this dude? He looks familiar. But yeah, it's Morgan. I've heard you've been lending a hand with the restoration efforts in addition to all you did in the Liberal Arc. You have my thanks. You're quite welcome, sir. I wasn't expecting him to thank me. I wonder if something's happened. Maybe he's softened in his old age. But yeah, let's stop here. I'll take a bit of a break and rest my voice before we wrap this up in the next video. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.